Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is December 14th, it's Friday. It is actually very mild out here. I think we're in the low 40s today, so not bad. There's actually some kind of a little bit of clearing amongst the clouds, so we're getting a little bit of sun. Before I get into the video, I just want to remind everybody, running through the 17th, so 3 more days, Legacy is doing a 20% off sale. If you go to my website, preppernurse1.com, you'll see in there on the banner, it has the code that you can use to at checkout to get 20% off of any purchase that you make. So just so you know that ahead of time, I just want to remind everybody if you were interested in doing that. Okay, because they don't always do, I mean, they do sales, but you just never know what they're going to do. But that's 20% off of any purchase, and that's going to also include merchandise on my website. Okay, so let's get into the video real quick. So first of all, somebody had just asked today, and I wanted to mention it real quick. Eddie had his teeth pulled here last week, and he's doing very, very well. So he had 6 teeth pulled, all 4 of his wisdom, and then he had 2 other teeth pulled. So, but he doesn't go back to the dentist now until January, and then he's going to get some other work done. But he is doing very well. All right, so was going to talk about, and I thought this was kind of something to, like, I'm going to give you guys a scenario. It's a possibility of what could happen. Now, there's all this talk, a lot of talk lately about grid down, grid down, grid down situations, okay? And how the, supposedly the terrorist would attack the grid, which in my opinion, it would probably just be our own government doing it. And here's the reason why, okay? And here's a scenario that could happen, and you tell me if I'm wrong or if I'm way out in left field on this, because I think this is a real possibility of what could happen, okay? So, first of all, what would happen if you have a grid down situation that's going to last any length of time, and we kind of talked about this a little bit yesterday, of the loss of life would be tremendous in the beginning, okay? Everybody that's compromised, and somebody had made the comment, and I've used the term before, of useless eaters that would be, sorry, it was something on there. Hold on a second here, guys. Let me just kind of clean this real quick. I don't want to have a shadow on there. Anyway, useless eaters that would be, basically eliminated. I mean, if you think about the fact that I think 48% of the people in this country receive some form of assistance. That's a lot of people. It's a lot of people, that are basically living off of the system. So, and it's like, now here's the thing. With a lot of those people, is it a lot of our elderly and stuff like that? Yes, but they've paid into the system, and they have every right to get something back out of the system. But you have a lot of people that are using this system and using the ins and outs to pretend like they have some kind of an injury or they have some kind of a disease where they're unable to go to work, and so now they're going to get a check for the rest of their lives and they're going to sit home and basically milk the system. That happens a lot as well, okay? That's just a reality of it. But here's what the scenario I think is a very, very plausible scenario that could happen. They shut the grid off. For a couple of months, they basically let nature take its course and things happen the way they're going to happen. And then what I could see in a scenario happening in different cities, they could restore the power in certain cities around the country, okay, and say that we're working on everything else, but right now the power's on in these cities. If you need help and if you want to come in, we'll help you and we'll take care of you and stuff like that. Now, these cities would be cordoned off because, of course, the bad people on the outside, we would want to try to keep those out. That would be the people that are not going to conform and do exactly as they say. But I'm going to say that a lot of people would flock to those cities for help, okay, because they're, and then basically what would happen is, well, here's the deal. If you're going to come into the city, you're going to have to work and you're going to have to, be productive, and you're going to have to, help contribute to the greater good. I mean, I could see that happening in a heartbeat, complete control. It's a good way to get the people out of the country. It's a good way to get people locked into cities, and then it's all control, and everything would be under control at that point. And it's like somebody else had said, like a reset. reset the debt clock back to zero. They use that term, but I think it's like a reset period. If you have a culling, you get rid of a lot of people, and then you offer a solution. We can help. Here we are. We're here to help. Now, obviously, there will be groups of people that will not go in, no matter what, in this country, that will stay out. But the thing is, it's like if you have somebody who is sick or compromised, or if it's your child and they have something wrong, where are you going to go? You're going to go where that child can be taken care of, and that's going to happen. It could be a very strong-willed person that says, nope, I'm never going to go in. But if their child is sick and needs some kind of medical attention, and they're offering that medical attention, as long as you come in and and be part of their group and contribute to what they want, that's a very, very plausible situation that could happen. I could see it happening with absolutely no doubt at all. So that was something that I was thinking about here yesterday. It's a good way to gain control. How can the government gain control? And that would be a great way for the government to gain control. You get rid of a lot of useless eaters. You get rid of a lot of people that are compromised, and they're not the bad guy. The boogeyman who turned the grid off is the bad guy, and they're trying to help. They're the saviors. They're the ones coming, from The Walking Dead, the saviors. That's funny, but it's like they're the ones that are gonna, save the day. And so that is very, very plausible. I could see that happening. Whenever something happens, always realize it's probably being done on purpose or allowed to happen. A lot of events that have happened throughout our history have been allowed to happen if they weren't directly involved themselves for their own cause and for their own, for their own agenda. So, and obviously what is that? It generally comes down to money, it's control, it's power. Because of 9/11, we gave up a tremendous amount of our rights in the guise of freedom. So it's just it happens. It's a cycle that happens over and over again. And right now the system, and I'm not even talking about the power system, which is antiquated, but I'm talking about our system in general. We have too many people getting a free ride, sucking off the majority of people that are working and paying into the system. And then when you have this flood of people coming into our country, looking for that freebie, and the land of opportunity, when you have veterans and our own people in our own country that are homeless and need help and stuff like that, and we don't take care of them, but we're going to help all these different people from other countries and give them everything and anything, that's not right, and people get pissed off and they get tired of it. And I think we're right at that breaking point. So I definitely could see something happening, something being allowed to happen, so that they can do a reset. It's a very, very plausible thing, and and think about that. I mean, well, we can reestablish power here in this city or that city, and we're trying to help. And if you want help, all you have to do is come in, and they will, then they have complete and utter control, don't they? And you would stay there because you want those creature comforts. You're used to those creature comforts. You don't want to be out in that harsh, horrible environment, which is the world, and trying to survive. Now, like I said, there will be people out here that would stay out here. Absolutely, 100% would stay out here. But not everybody would do it, I talk a lot about food storage and having and backups and stuff like that, and a lot of people keep talking about, and this is 100% true. Yes, you should have the food storage. Yes, you should have all those backups and stuff like that. Eventually, that food is going to run out. So you got to be able to, and I've talked about this as well, having gardens, being able to know what to do with gardening, so that you can, replenish your stuff, but not having to always, rely on food storage to do it, but to be able to harvest and know what to harvest, and while things are in season, getting out there and doing it. I mean, it's like the number, like when I went down to that house with the older couple this year, and the number of apples that were on the ground, and I took, what did I have, 9? I think it was 9 buckets, 5-gallon buckets of apples, which we made the applesauce this year. If I hadn't have picked those, and used that for applesauce, they would have dropped on the ground and rotted. And it's a tremendous waste. So, I mean, an apple orchard like that gentleman has, that would be something that would definitely be very near and dear, and it would be very important to make sure that those were taken care of. And there's the puppies. They're always getting into stuff. So I got like, I have no idea where this ball came from here. And there's a water bottle, so yeah, they got it from someplace, and we're chewing it up, so I don't know. Anyway, I want to hear what you guys think. Do you think that this is a plausible situation that could possibly happen? It would be something that they would do on purpose or allow to happen to do a cleaning up of you know, the numbers and stuff like that. I have to pick those up here before. Once I shut this video off, I'm going to grab those. But anyhow, I want to hear what you guys have to say. I want to hear what you think. So anyway, we're going into the weekend. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend and be safe. I wanted to show you real quick too here. Eggshells. Somebody's like, oh yeah, put eggshells in your garden. We definitely, it's celery and orange peels in there as well. So that's all going into the garden as well. So we always do that like during the winter and stuff like that. So, and then of course, obviously the wood ash is through here. So remember guys, we are all in this together. You know, we really got to just try to stay focused. Try not to get distracted with all the BS that's going on. A lot of times it's happening around the world. Just stay focused and you should be fine. And, you know, remember, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen. And remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. I was looking at the dogs. I'll kick it around so you can see them. It's one, I totally lost where I was at. So it's STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from getting there is yourself, okay? Somebody had asked about the puppies, and they are half collie and half German Shepherd, but they got more of a collie look to them. But they're good pups, very good pups. So, like I say, guys, hang in there. I will talk to you all tomorrow. I hope everybody's doing well. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.